Welcome to the Connections Realty Group and Friends. And I have my friend with me, Mr. Demetrius Lockett. And guys, we're going to share with you today about what we think is about to happen in 2024 when it comes to
Absolutely.
real estate.
Absolutely.
So, Demetrius, let me ask you this. Yeah, we've been hearing, there's been some word on the street about what's going to happen in 2024.
Mhm.
What do you think is going to happen in 2024 for home buyers?
I think that's a great question, Stephanie. First of all, thank you for spending time with the viewers to make sure that we understand this landscape because it is changing. In 2023, money completely changed.
Yes.
As an example, you can go to McDonald's a couple times a week and you already spent $40. It didn't used to be like
You sure? I'm spending 40 on wine sometimes, but okay,
that.
I got you. Okay,
And
right.
I mean, and think about when people are going to the grocery store and when people are buying groceries and stuff, they're using their debit card and their credit card like they're the same, and
Wow.
they're not. So where you thought maybe at the beginning of 2023, you were ready to buy a house, that you had money, that your budget was in place, it's now completely changed because everything is way more expensive than it was when we started this year.
And salaries did not go
And
up.
salaries did not go up. So I would say for 2024, it's going to be a really busy year
Okay.
because if you notice it seems like a lot of people were still a little bit nervous this year, not sure what the economy was going to be doing. So they held on to their money.
Right.
Now they're going to be looking to spend their money. And we believe that the interest rates are going to make a little bit of appreciation. And with that happening, there's going to be a lot of activity and competition in 2024. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree. And I have to tell you this. This is my thought. If you can buy now, the first quarter of this year,
Absolutely.
you better buy now because come spring,
Hmm.
March, April, what's going to happen is
Everybody.
everybody going to be out there buying. So we're
Yeah,
going to go back to multiple offers
that's right.
and everything else. Interest rate, you can refi or do whatever to change that.
Interest rate is
You
temporary, but you can't find that same house all the time.
absolutely
Yeah,
without overpaying, paying appraisal gaps and all that kind of
absolutely.
stuff. So one, if you don't get anything from this today, make sure if you can buy now, stop playing with them interest rates and go buy now because it's going to cost you one way or another.
Absolutely. It's going to, because remember earlier this year and last year, they were paying over what the property was even worth. So when you start looking at the bottom line numbers, what you're paying versus what you're saving or what you're paying by not overbidding, because the competition's not as high. Now is an excellent time to get started.
Yeah, listen, you can
Absolutely.
even get closing costs now. Because guess what?
Mm,
When they started having the multiple offers, no seller was paying closing costs.
absolutely
So I
not.
need y'all to understand you're not going to win on all ends. It just doesn't exist. So you have to win the best way possible.
Absolutely.
And again, if you can buy in this first quarter, you better get the buying.
Because don't you think that a lot of people are comparing today to 2018 and 2019, and it's nothing even close to comparison.
Right. The other thing is, so let's address this. So people are asking, well, these prices are just ridiculous. Um, I'm waiting for the prices to go down. I need y'all to understand. I have never seen penny candy again. 4.99 gas. Okay, this is
The
not a
dollar
sale.
store is not even the dollar anymore.
Stop putting five
Right.
dollar things in there. Get the cash back. It's like, what? So you're
Yeah,
absolutely right. So we just want to dispel some myths so
absolutely.
y'all can get yourself together, your strategy together, your mindset together for 2024. But y'all stop chasing 2008,
It's it's
2018
done.
because you're not going to see that. These are the
Absolutely.
new prices.
It's a new reality. Don't you think so?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Now I'm going to tell you another thing. For all my people from New York, talk about I know I can come down to Atlanta and get me a mini mansion for 200. You missed that.
You sure did. It's not
Stop
coming
calling
back.
us. Talk about that.
It's
Right?
not coming back. People keep thinking it's just gonna change and go backwards. It's not.
It never
There's no
has.
reason for it to do that.
But
A lot of people still have plenty of money. They just are worried about the economy. And now we're saying, stop worrying, invest. This is a great time investing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So one other thing I want to cover before we go for a quick commercial break
Sure.
is interest rate
Hmm.
because so many people got caught up on the interest rate. Now I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna ask you a question about
Okay.
interest rate. So number one, when interest rate hit two something,
Hmm.
y'all, that ain't coming back. You missed that. You suck it on up.
Well, you also know that the government was subsidizing those rates. That's why they were so low. They
Right,
were artificially low because the government was buying security bonds. That they're not doing that anymore.
right. So that is a phenomena that maybe your grandchildren or your great grandchildren may see that.
Hmm.
Stop chasing that. Because right now, if you can get a good five,
You'll be very lucky.
you're very, very lucky. But traditionally,
Traditionally, rates are
that's
around
great.
7% anyway. If you do an average
Thank you.
over the last 20 so years, it's about 7% is where the interest rate is. Normal interest rate without the government going and buying. And they were just trying to do that to make sure the economy was moving. They're not going to do that again. We can't afford
Absolutely
to.
right.
Yeah.
So again, y'all, again, we're talking about mindset
Hmm.
because we know, we're living in the present and we've seen some things, but y'all just missed that one. Don't miss this opportunity. Now let's talk about interest rates a little bit.
Okay.
How much does the interest rate change a payment generally?
Okay. Good question. Harder question without a computer.
Right. That's why I said generally.
But one thing to keep in mind, I'll give you an example. A person that if they would have purchased when the rates were lower,
Hmm.
could have bought a $200,000 house. That same $200,000 house now, they cannot. Obviously, they can't find it, but or qualify for it. I've had some people that qualified, as an example, for $200,000, and they've been looking for a year or more. Now the interest rates, in some instances, have doubled.
Right.
That does not double the payment, but it makes it $300-$400 more, and it makes it very, very hard to be able to afford the payment, or even to find a house in this market. Yeah,
Absolutely. So, y'all, we just wanted to come because we want y'all to know what 2024 is going to look like. It is
it's gonna be a
going to
lot
be
different.
amazing. The opportunities are going to be there, but we want you to set yourself up so that you win in this market. So, guys, we're going to go for a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back talking about 2024.
If you're looking for a realtor who's patient, caring, knowledgeable, who's an expert negotiator, and doesn't quit until the job is done, then you're looking for my favorite realtor, Stephanie Thomas, whose motto is, it's not about being ready, it's about getting ready.
Welcome back. I'm sitting here with my friend Demetrius Lockett. Well, before we go back to the next question, Demetrius, tell everybody where they can get in touch with you.
Oh, well, thank you. Easiest way is to call me because I always answer my phone. The number is 404-396-7445. I'm also on social media as the mortgage educator and as Demetrius Lockett. And of course, you can email me at demetrius.lockett@southeastmortgage.com, like you see there.
Like now, I love it because one of the things that I love about you is you're so responsive.
I
When
think it's
people
important.
call, yes,
It
you
is
do
important.
answer, and that is why I have you on the show. Because y'all know I wouldn't suggest anybody to y'all who was a foolery. Okay,
Thank
so
you,
Demetrius,
Stephanie.
okay, so we're talking about 2024, right?
Right, right, right.
What to expect. We know it's going to be a great time for buying,
It
right?
is. It really is.
And so now what I want you to share with the listeners or for us to discuss is what should they do to be prepared
Mhm.
for what they're about to encounter in 2024 if they plan on being a homeowner?
Great question. Affordability is going to be the key in 2024. The first thing that I would say is make a budget, make a new budget. I know a lot of people have budgets, but again, if we're going to the grocery store and we're using our credit or debit card to buy groceries, that changes our monthly payments and that changes how much we're going to be able to save. So you need to do a budget, and then that
Okay.
budget includes saving. And unfortunately, some people don't have any money left to save because they've been living off the credit card. So if you don't have money to save, you either need to reduce your debt or make more money because in 2024, having that down payment and having some money put in the game is going to be really important.
Absolutely. Y'all heard that. So when you get your taxes
Yes.
if you thinking about being a homeowner, that's a great way to help with the down payment. But
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell y'all again, it's going to be tough because when those multiple offers start, the seller is not going to be open to giving closing costs.
Right.
Unlike if you do it now.
And closing costs can run as high as 3%, sometimes 4.
Absolutely.
That's thousands of dollars that you'd have to
So
have.
again, if you don't have savings prepared to pay closing costs and down payment, right?
Mhm.
You may want to jump on this the top of the year if you can, because sellers, when they get those multiple offers, they're not going to pay your closing costs. And we'll talk about. So this is the thing I want y'all to know. I'm going to keep bringing Demetrius back because we're going to
Thank you.
keep talking about
It's important.
different segments of how to best strategize in this
Yes.
homeownership game, okay, and becoming a homeowner.
And can I ask something, Stephanie? I know that you've been selling real estate forever, and you have a lot of clients that already have homes. So one of the things that I've been running into a lot is from my previous clients, because I've done this for 30 years. I have some previous clients that do have the 2 and 3% interest rate.
Okay.
So, but they're ready to move to the next property, but they don't have any savings because they have now charged up their credit cards and don't have the savings and those kind of things. But there's other options. If you have a house already, you can refinance that house and put cash out to buy another house.
Okay. Okay.
A lot of your
No, no, no. Don't you go further on that because that's a whole nother show.
I know, but the other one I wanted to add though is 401k.
Okay.
Because a lot of buyers don't know, especially buyers that have been on their job for a while.
Right.
They have that
And they
401k
just
that
don't think about it.
they don't even know they can get it sometimes. Or they
Okay.
borrowed against it before and think they can't borrow again, but you can. So make sure that they're talking with you about the different options because
Don't
talking
talk to
with
me.
us.
Yeah, talk to Demetrius.
But no, there's a lot of different, not a tons, but there are different options. And it's important that you know them all so that you can be creative, legal, and smart into your property.
I love it. And so that is my thing. The number one thing, what you should do to be prepared to get your home in 2024 for you and your family
Mhm.
is get what we call get the blueprint. You need to sit and talk with Demetrius and not sit, it can be over the phone and talk about where you are so he can help you find these things.
Even if you
You
think you're ready,
right.
there's a lot of people, things happen. Things happen on your credit report that you don't even know about, or there can be some problems on your taxes that you weren't aware of.
Well, the
All those
rules
kind of things.
change.
And the
Well, the
rules
rules
change.
change.
Absolutely.
I gotta tell y'all
That's a
this.
big one.
Right.
That's a big one,
Because
actually.
people do
I don't
that.
even think about that, but
Right.
that's a big one.
The moms come in. Well, when I bought my house, man, what year was that? Right. Things have changed. So again, you need to know the new rules.
Absolutely.
You need to get your blueprint because you cannot go based upon what your girlfriend did or
Not at all.
got because there's so many factors.
Absolutely.
And what you can and
Everybody
can't.
is different. Everybody.
So y'all definitely get your blueprint. Call Mr. Lockett today and get your blueprint. Just call him and say, hey, Demetrius, I seen you on the Connections Realty Group and Friends Show, and I need my blueprint.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm going to tell you what the blueprint helps you with too, Demetrius, and you add. Number one, it will stop you from paying things that you don't need to pay.
So what do you mean when you say blueprint?
The blueprint is get your pre-qualification.
Okay.
See what you need to do. And this is the thing. Our motto at Connections Realty Group is not about being ready, it's about getting ready. The only way to know how to get ready right is you have to talk to someone like Demetrius so he can look at all of those things. And you say, hey, I'm looking for this. I want this amount of house.
Right.
And he can then say, well, this is what we need to do.
A
Right?
blueprint. Yeah,
The
absolutely.
blueprint.
Absolutely.
And everybody's is different. So you can't Google that. Sorry. Okay. So again, y'all, we want you to call Demetrius and just call him and say, Stephanie from Connections Realty Group called us and told me to call you and get my blueprint.
Absolutely.
And he is on it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The blueprint's important though.
Absolutely.
It really is. Because I mean, you could put a puzzle together without seeing the cover, but why would you? And it's the same thing when you're getting a house. Why not know your total purchasing power? and know what possibly can get you even more purchasing power. And the best part of it is it's free.
What? And are y'all still doing soft pulls?
Oh yes.
Soft pulls won't even hurt your credit.
Right. It won't even hurt your credit. It won't change your credit
Well, we're
score.
going to talk about that in another segment, because
Absolutely.
we definitely would really want to get into depth on what that blueprint looks like and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But y'all, we just wanted to bring y'all some quick information. Again, my name is Stephanie Thomas. I'm the Broker Connections Realty Group. We are trying to build a strong community, one home at a time, and build wealth into the community. This is my friend, Demetrius Lockett. And again, Demetrius, and we're going to put it up on the screen. Please tell everybody where they can reach you.
You can reach me on the telephone at 404-396-7445, unless you're millennial. Then you can hit me on Facebook or Instagram at The Mortgage Educator or Demetrius Lockett.
All right, y'all. We're going to let y'all get back to work. Let's get these homes, y'all, to start building generational wealth.
Thanks, Stephanie, for what you're doing for the community.
Not a problem. Bye, y'all.
See you later.